We'll start with Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett having a big old do-to-do in the news. I don't really know why Sean Payton did this. I'm not saying anything that anyone hasn't heard, but Sean Payton has to be the dumbest veteran coach of all time in that moment. And to just come in, I mean, obviously the coach got fired before you, so like he didn't do a great job. So, I get it. He didn't do great. And there were some things that needed to be changed, and probably there were some things that needed to be aired out to have that change happen. But to just go after a guy who you don't really know and then backtrack so aggressively. I mean, if you're going to say that shit, you kind of have to own it, You kind of have to be a man about it. Fucking Sean Payton just weaseled out of it so quickly. He was like, I had my Fox hat on. You mean you were wrong? I don't know. What does being on Fox have to do with being a horrible human being? That's just me personally. And then, of course, starting his career off New York, Aaron Rodgers just can't not be in the headlines for 15 minutes. And I love Aaron Rodgers, but my God, he always has to get his voice in there. He did his best Will Smith impression. Keep my coach's name out your damn mouth. I don't know. Of course, he's going to defend his coach. He should. It feels like every time that Aaron Rodgers does something, it's just a whiny little stupid thing. Although he did just take a $35 million pay cut for them to get free agents. I believe he said that in a quote, that he actually wants them to have the opportunity to get free agents, and he's happy with the contract because of that. So, big team guy, Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how it works. I don't know how I feel about the Jets this year. There's just so many question marks. But they've got a lot of talent on the field. Garrett Wilson's very good. Aaron Rodgers is a MVP. Breece Hall is good. They're about to sign Dalvin Cook. I mean, the Jets could easily be a force to reckon with, without a doubt. I just don't know if it all comes together so fast, And Nathaniel Hackett today, he responded today, and he was like, yeah, we know it's hard. People make mistakes. Didn't think I would see it. I thought I'd see it when we play each other. I don't know what happened there. But there must be some sort of understanding that everyone came to, because I would have been fucking pissed if I was Nathaniel Hackett and he just shit down my throat. I mean, I already got fired halfway into my first year. It's bad enough for me, Nathaniel Hackett, although I did rebound and then become the offensive coordinator for Aaron Rodgers again. So I'm guarantee you he'll get another crack at it at some point. But anyway, that's just weird training camp situation number one. Number two, Jonathan Taylor versus Jim Irsay. So we had Sean Payton versus Nathaniel Hackett. We're also experiencing Jonathan Taylor versus Jim Irsay right now. Apparently, Jonathan Taylor wants to trade, which I probably would too. The Colts are bad. They're probably not going to pay him, even though they should. Era 15 is a giant question mark. I hope it works out for him, but you have no idea. And the thing about Jim Irsay is that he kind of always says some shit that people, it's so inflammatory. It's so unbelievably inflammatory. It's like walking into a house on fire and being like, well, I did find this empty box of matches and a giant tub of lighter fluid, so I guess it did light on fire for a reason, but like, whew, I mean, he says some crazy shit, but this is truth. I mean, he says if him and Jonathan Taylor die tomorrow, the NFL goes on, which is true, but holy shit, Jim. Jesus Christ. The guy's one of your best players. Also, like, calm down. No one's dying. Jesus. Also, pay him. Who cares? Like, you're one of the richest people ever. You're paying all these guys. Like, I don't know. Jonathan Taylor, too. You have a rookie quarterback. You need help. I don't understand where the animosity comes to from sometimes, but, you know, they said that Jonathan Taylor was reporting back injuries in his physical. Jonathan Taylor came out and said, no, definitely not. And requested a trade. Jim Irsay seems like he is not going to trade Jonathan Taylor anytime soon. And there's reports, which you never know what to believe right now, but there's reports that the Colts could be trying to put him on the, I believe it's the non-football injury list, and his contract for the year, they just basically won't have to pay him. Like anything. Like anything. Even not, like, his whole contract for the year, they just won't have to pay for it. If that happens, dude, not only are all the bros who have already drafted their fantasy football teams for some goddamn reason will be so mad that whoever took Jonathan Taylor is just going to be incredibly mad that he's not going to play at all. But it's just, like I said, the NFL franchises are worth so much money. The NFL is worth so much money. You can't even pay the guy for a year because of this little do-to-do that you guys are having. You know it's a business. You know it keeps going on. You have more money than God. It's not like you're fucking losing. You were giving people out like envelopes of money yesterday. I watched this video. This guy who got an envelope of money. Oh my God. I mean, I'd probably go crazy if I got a bunch of money, but like this dude, you know, and I've met some people with some clout before, and I always go, man, I'm sure, like, I just don't want to be the 16th person to come up to a guy and be like, oh, I love you, bro. Like, I love you, dude. You're so, oh my God, I watch everything you do and you're amazing. Like, the guys there working, bro. Like, I want to be like, big fan, like, thank you for this, thank you for that. Move along, I'll move along. But like, I am going to take this opportunity to talk to you because it's a cool opportunity. And this guy couldn't have been more of a fanboy weirdo dude if you tried. It looked like a guy who was like 40s or 50s. He seemed like maybe he was by himself. I'm pretty sure he was by himself. Had like the backpack and the glasses and the hat and the old jersey, and was like, Mr. Irsay, Mr. Irsay, Mr. Irsay, oh, I'm so cool. Oh, thank you, Mr. Irsay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love you. Oh my God, dude, the guy is a bitch. But I mean, good on him. You know, he's out at camp having fun. I'm not at camp. I'm close enough to probably go see the Panthers camp. I'm not going to go. I do have sore says, as Pat McAfee would say, now here, working down in Columbia. I've actually met a decent amount of pretty cool people, including one Coach Deuce Staley, who, you know, my day job is a valet, which I know who would have thought that I had some job that was that unbelievable and amazing and wild and skilled. I know, I understand. Sometimes I doubt myself too, but he apparently he's a Columbia guy, so he was just coming down for the night to get some steak, and he went home. Maybe he went and talked to Shane Beamer over at Carolina, but seemed like a really nice guy. And I go, no camp? He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, all right, shit. He's tired. I'm not trying to piss this guy off, but I mean, he was super nice. He just, long day. He was like still in his long sleeve shirt and shorts. Like he must have just left camp, drove back, and then drove back again. And I go, word on the streets, Jonathan Taylor's for sale. He goes, I know. Like, you guys just found out. I'm like, oh, Jesus, of course you did. You're a coach for an NFL football team. Your head coach is his former head coach. Of course you know that. And I'm just a simple plebeian who's grateful to talk to you. But no, I was like, good luck. You left, good. I actually also talked to, I'll have to talk about it a little bit when we're talking about futures, but I talked to Juice Wells from South Carolina for a little bit. Super nice kid as well. So, but whether he gets traded or not, that would be nuts. I told Deuce to go after Jonathan Taylor for all my fans, but my hands are tied now. I can't do that shit. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Jim Irsay, though, is like this crazy ball of energy, like where he's God. He's like almost God. He has so much power, but he's at the same time infinitely smart and infinitely stupid. Like he's just like the most annoying person in your Republican family, but also a super successful businessman and organization runner who is a Super Bowl champion. So like he's an enigma of a human being. I don't want Jim Irsay to go away because he's such a interesting part of football that's just, he's not like malicious. He's just like, I mean, he is sometimes like this is kind of malicious, but he's like unintentionally malicious. He just has no filter, which, I can appreciate that.